What I'm going to talk to you about today comes from my heart. Do you understand what I'm talking about? What is our common bond truly? Freedom!
Hey guys, this is Shane from Liberty Under Attack. Just decided to do another video tonight. It's going to be a powerful one, I hope. Hope it affects some people, but I'm going to play the trailer to Gray State. While I am talking, it'll end before I'm done, but I'll go ahead and play it. So, I know for a fact that most of you that read my posts on Facebook or any other social media either A, skip over it because it doesn't affect you, B, you see it as entertainment and not as something serious, or C, that I must just be some crazy conspiracy theorist. Well, I can personally tell you that all three of those assumptions or conclusions are wrong. First off, everything I post does affect you, every single one of you, from the militarized police to the New World Order. It all affects you, and it's documented. Occasionally, I'll get someone that knows everything comment on my status and tell me that I'm wrong, and put forth no evidence to back up their side. To me, it just shows ignorance and the inability to fully comprehend and understand the gravity of the situation. On my side, I have my website, libertyunderattack.com, that contains an exorbitant amount of information. I also have all of the documentation and the material that I have uncovered in my research. I will also say this about number 3. I am not a conspiracy theorist. I was just unlucky enough to uncover something that didn't sit right with me. I didn't choose this path, and in the end it'll pay off, but right now it just leads to frustration and anger and continuing to see the world fall apart. So at that point I decided to begin my own research, and the rabbit hole just continued to get deeper and deeper. And to this current point in time, I have no idea how far it goes, and I'll probably never get to the end of it. I go where the research takes me. So I guess, yeah, in the literal term, I am, but in the figurative term, pushed by the government-controlled media to deter people from doing what I do and what others do. But I am not crazy, and I am not a terrorist, or whatever other label they try to pin on me and others like me. Now, that wasn't the reason for this video. It really wasn't. It just happened to be said, and I'm glad it did, honestly. The reason for this video is partially to, I don't like the word vent. It's not really to vent. Just to get my thoughts and opinions out. We'll say that. And partially to continue to wake up the people, which is always my objective. The evidence pointing to a conspiracy is honestly overwhelming. Those orchestrating the conspiracy even say it in their own words. They write it in books. David Rockefeller Memoirs, he reveals a lot in that book. They even discuss it in interviews. In my opinion, it is the only truth these people can speak. To me, they are gloating. They're putting it right in front of all of our faces because they think we the sheeple, not we the people, are too stupid to pick up their cues. So Mr. Kissinger, George Bush, both of them, Barack Obama, John Boehner, Lois Lerner, and all of the rest of you crooked fucking bastards, we the people are not too stupid. We are waking up. And to clarify, when I say waking up, I don't mean finally realizing Obama is bad. I mean really waking up. We see through your entire plan. And the only way you will get your plan is over my dead body. So I will not live and the world that you are trying to create. At this point, I would like to state a quote from Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. It was the policy adopted at the first Bilderberg meeting in 1954. Quote, "In view of the law of natural selection, it was agreed that a nation or world of people who will not use their intelligence are no better than animals who do not have intelligence. Such people are beasts of burden and stakes on the table by choice and consent." That is the precise definition of what those in power think of us, the sheeple. Saying that they think that we are just stupid, it just doesn't do the job. Do you know why America is in the state of affairs it is now? Do you really know? I've said this in one other video, but it needs to be repeated over and over and over and over again until the people realize the real problem. Look in the mirror. We are why America is in its current state of affairs. And Bill Cooper used to say that all the time, and it's 100% the truth. It is 100% the truth. We stopped giving a shit about this country, even though a lot of people wave their flags. We put way too much trust in our politicians to serve us when we flat out just checked out. We stopped paying attention to what was happening in this country. We went to the voting booths, put the check in the box for the one that we liked, and we did our job. That was our job. But it really wasn't. It goes farther than that. But it didn't go any further than that for a long time. And it still doesn't. People still vote. So, does anyone know how to fix the situation that we are in? Does anyone have solutions? I've got a few ideas. And the first step is to get educated. You can't fight the enemy if you don't know who the enemy is. So, spend some time learning on your own for once, outside of school, outside of your job. And honestly, it's actually a lot of fun and very interesting when you're actually learning the truth. School is boring because they dull it down and they dumb it down, but history is interesting. Foreign policy and world affairs, it's honestly really interesting. It's, once you start looking at it in the way that it actually is and not how it's presented to you, it does get a little frustrating that no one else can see it, but you do know the truth, and it does help you deal with the situation better. The next step is to tell others. Tell everyone, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your coworkers, the guy you meet at the grocery store. Tell him too. Criticism will be met, but keep trucking. This is a fight for freedom, for not only the U.S., but for the rest of the world as well. It's worth a negative comment every once in a while, and I actually have found a really, really good way to deal with some of those people that are refusing to even look at the sources you provide, or don't provide any themselves, as I stated previously in this video. When you get a notification on the notification itself, there's a little X button. This is stop notifications. You click that and you forget about it. Works great. Saves you a lot of time and a lot of frustration because there's no way you're going to get through to some of these people. The final thing is to completely check out of the system. Don't vote. It does nothing. Do not give your consent to this fraudulent system. Until auditable paper ballots are reinstated, it is insane honestly insane to think that your vote counts. It really is. And I will say this too. If you are educated enough, I'm not, but if you are educated enough to get yourself out of this system and stop paying income tax, I would advise you to do that. I mean, why not, right? For those of you that are unaware, the income tax is voluntary. You volunteer into giving away more of your paycheck. The 16th Amendment, the one that states that Congress shall have the power to collect taxes on incomes, was never lawfully ratified. It didn't get three-fourths of the state's votes. Therefore, it is fraudulent, and it does not. You don't have to pay it, quite frankly. It is not an amendment because it was not ratified, as an amendment has to be an amendment. And on top of that, it's directly against the Constitution, the founding document of this nation. For some of you that are unaware, which some of you are, which is really, really sad, a graduated income tax, which is what we have, is actually one of the main aspects of the Communist Manifesto. Most of you probably didn't know that, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to inform. It is also illegal to tax a right, and we have the right to trade labor for payment, whether it be goods or currency. We have the right to do that. We also have a right to free travel, which makes you getting a driver's license and a license plate also voluntary. You're actually contracting with the state that you live in, which is a subsidiary of the United States Corporation. And corporations operate under contract law. When you get a driver's license, you're contracting into the state. Go look up the Act of 1871 on my website, libertyunderattack.com. You can learn all about it. It's interesting, but it's also infuriating. But I will go into that more for another time. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. I don't want you to. I haven't divulged any information on the subject yet. I've given you a little base information, but that's not enough to base an opinion or a belief off of. But there are plenty of people driving without them today. You just don't hear about it. So, I told you the steps. First step will be unanimously agreed upon. Start there. You can't know the enemy. You can't fight the enemy if you don't know the enemy. If you do that, you're already taking a step in the right direction. Let me say this again, because it's the truth. This all affects every single last one of you. So please get educated. If not for me or not for yourself, for the sake of your children. We have to restore this organic, constitutional republic. It's up to you now. The last question I will ask in this video is this. Do you choose freedom? Or do you choose your children growing up in a socialist, totalitarian, New World Order? A slave? Choice is up to you. So I thank you guys for watching if you stuck with me this long. I will guide you to my last video I just posted. It was earlier this evening. It's very important. It is titled You're Being Lied to About Syria, Iraq, and ISIS. So I recommend you go check that out. Go to the website. Go learn something. There's plenty of, I guarantee there's at least one thing on there that you do not know. So please, go check it out. Not for me. I don't make any money off this. I just put my personal time into it. So please, go check it out. Watch the videos. They're all very informational. And also do this too. Go listen to some Bill Cooper. And also, go check out Tattooed 1009. If you go to the website, it's under LUA Recommends. Go check out his stuff. He's been forefronting the Act of 1871 for 8 years. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will be back sometime soon. See you guys.
What I'm going to talk to you about today comes from my heart. Do you understand what I'm talking about? What is our common bond truly? Freedom.